And just like that, the race day's here. It's just after 5:30. I'm gonna make my way down to the Athletes Village, get my tattoos and my ankle strap on, get checked in, then get loose. You know, I like to prepare, so I've been up for a little bit going through my race day routine. Anyway, it's been a little bit, but just like riding a bike, right? Um, so we're gonna head down, we're gonna set up. It's gonna be cool. Try to soak it all in and take in all the feels, but meditate a little bit and try to keep it calm, keep it cool until I make it out of the water. Let's roll.
What it do?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for coming back to Remy Be Real. I'm Remy. Hope you're doing fantastic whenever and wherever you're tuning in from. On this day, we're going to recap the Boston Triathlon from this past Sunday. If you've been following along, this is what I've been working towards the last 4 months. Really, it was a glorified swim test for me. I'm pretty comfortable on a bike, I'm pretty comfortable running, but up until this point, I had no idea how to swim, not even a doggy paddle or a treading water kind of situation. But as things were going on in my life this spring, I was compelled to overcome these challenges and put myself in an uncomfortable situation and do the hard work to learn how to swim in support of my sister, who was also putting in a lot of hard work to get her mobility back. And the day has finally come. I've been looking forward to it. I've been planning, I've been working, I've been grinding, and now we were finally here. I did have a bit of a taper going into the triathlon, and I say that in air quotes because it was really just a decreased volume, but I do have a couple events coming right up after it, so it was just really a down week. I didn't really need a taper considering what my training had been. We were projecting that the triathlon should take me about 90 minutes, and I was definitely within that window. Started the day bright and early, getting down to set up my transition area. So my man's here. I saw him at the clinic last night talking about his first race ever. What's your name, bro?
Cameron.
Cameron's first race ever. And tell us what you brought.
It's a Pinarello Prince E-Tap. So it's
Jeez, with the
like
SRAM.
Yeah.
And the
I
GoPro.
don't really know that much about this stuff. I just know I've been trained for 4 weeks, and this is my first race.
4 weeks.
Yeah. Full throttle endurance.
Get it. We'll see you out there, man. I was up later than I wanted to be the night before, but it all worked out. Getting into the next morning, I was up probably around 3:30, 3:45, and just going through some of my processes before I left and head out. Alright, setting up transition. Looks like Olympic is already out of here. I've got a couple more minutes just to go through the motions, finish my setup, get everything laid out. I mean, we're partially there, but let me finish setting it up. Then we're gonna get loose, and it's go time. Now, what was really strange is that they were closing down the transition area, so I had to be set up and done by 7:30. My wave was not going to start until 9. All right, we're all suited up. Mark, you ready?
Yes, sir. Trying my best.
Something's about to happen. You ready? All right, so I guess we're about as ready as we're gonna be. The Olympic has already started. There's a legit Olympian here. He's already on the bike. He's killing it. Let me channel his energy and just make it out of the water. Make it out of the water. It's gonna be cool.
So once again,
I'm about to pass my swim test, y'all. Let's go.
Down to the beach or down the.
So I had an awful lot of time from closing down the transition area, setting up, to when I actually was called to the starting gates to get going. But I definitely found a way to make the best out of that time and really center myself, go through a couple of motions, get some practice swims in, and really feel comfortable. And I think that did a lot for me to get the confidence sky high, because after the first little practice dip, you know, I felt okay. I felt all right. Then Rachel and Gary and Meg showed up, and we went out for a little further practice swim.
So they are just doing a little bit of practice right now. We have Remy, Moo, and Meg.
And on the way back to shore, at some point there, I decided I'm just gonna go nonstop and see if I could. One of the big things that I took away from the clinic was that I really should slow down my exhale, and I had been working on that, kind of the blowing the candle exhale, but I hadn't done that explicitly from my nose and just try to breathe out slowly from my nostrils. And on that second warm-up coming back to shore, that's all I did, and I didn't have to stop. So I was worried about, like, I don't know, I feel real good, dude.
Good.
Like, I was just gliding, and I was thinking, like,
Glide, just take your time.
I think I went out to the Armors movie, the first one, and I could, like, what's that? It's gotta be 200.
Yeah. You're gonna break this up into three parts here, right? The first part is it's like get comfortable. Next part you're making that turn. And the last one is coming home.
Well, yeah, and I think I can come home nonstop. Like, I was able to. All right, warm up done, and I gotta tell you, your boy feels good. Boy feels real good. Hope I didn't waste all the good strokes, all the good juice and warm-ups, but I don't know. I think I got plenty left.
I think you're ready, man.
I think I got plenty
look
left,
ready.
man. This is a day.
You
It's
put
gonna
in
be
the
a
work.
day.
You practiced.
Practice? You talking about practice? Ah. Let's go.
Yep. Are you ready? How you feeling, Remy?
Great.
Good.
Great. Dude, it's about to be a time. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Let's go. I'm excited for this, man.
So yeah, everybody, we are.
Hey, go, Daddy! Woohoo! Woohoo! You got this! Woo! You got it! Woo! All right.
We are 2 minutes away.
2 minutes away. 2, 1, go! Woo! Woo woo! Go, Daddy! There he goes. He's swimming. He's swimming. You see him? There he goes.
And I'm off. I get going, and I start stroking. I start front crawling, and I ended up, you know, just going, and I could see the kayakers on the side of me. I can see people all around me, and at one moment I saw a set of feet directly in front of me, and that was exactly when I realized that, one, the clinic that I had gone to 2 weeks ago, super helpful for navigating and swimming in a crowd and how to avoid, how to deal with contact. But two, in that moment, I found myself calm enough to navigate around the person who was stopping in front of me to catch their breath and recover a little bit. I went around them and I was still feeling great. And I thought, okay, maybe I can get to the first turn before I have to stop. But then I made it there and I felt great. And I somewhere along those lines, I knew that I'm gonna just keep going. I'm not going to have to stop today. I am not going to need to recover on this. And I zoned out. I was going through the motion. My mind was clear. I was calm. There were a few moments of just when I got up to sight and realized I couldn't see any of the buoys. I had turned a little too tight and was turning towards shore a little too early. But I was able to correct that, took some more contact. The contact didn't bother me that much, strangely, and I just kept on swimming. I kept on swimming. Came around the second turn, and from there I started to get a little excited. I could see the shore. I could see the end of, for me, what was the hardest part was near. And, you know, I still felt fresh. I felt great. I kept swimming. I mean, I was happy to be done, but I gotta tell you, if I had to go another lap of the same, I felt fresh enough that I could have kept going until I got on land.
Woo! You did it!
Let's go!
Woo! Yeah, Mike! Woo!
Way to go!
You did it! Woo!
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God! 1/3 of the way.
I'm gonna go. I love you.
Yeah, Remy! You did it, man! You did it! You got this. This is your territory now.
I start doing my little jog through transition, and I feel both of my hamstrings tighten up. And I don't know if in my zone out moment, I was actually not as loose as I thought I was, or if it was a product of, you know, never having swam straight through that much without a stop. Like even on my longest swims, I knew I would have to take a break after, you know, 100, maybe 150 meters and gather myself. And I went through, it looked like, because I didn't take the straightest route, that I ended up going about 900 yards. But because I was kicking very lightly and doing everything that I had practiced, once I got out and started, got vertical and started moving again, and tried to turn my legs on, they both locked up. Thankfully, up next was a bike ride, and if you've ever had your legs cramp up and seize up, best thing you can do is take an easy spin. So again, I did follow some of the precautions, some of the things that my coach had outlined for me. I did rack my bike in the small ring so I could start with an easy spin, get up to speed, and then light it up. I just wanted to get on the bike, take care of my legs, number one, and hammer down and take advantage of my strongest discipline, number two. So I just focused on that. I really was not messing around when it got to bike time, so it was just kind of a quick in and out as I blurred by. Getting into T2, I racked my bike, and I'm so glad I had a shot of pickle juice with some caffeine pre-mixed. It sounds gross, it actually did not taste great, but it did the trick. I actually wished I had made it like a triple shot of pickle juice just to really help out with those tight legs. I felt fine coming out of T2. I got my shoes on. I did not go for the speed laces, and I did 100% make sure I got socks on. But cardiovascular, I felt great, but I didn't want to kick too much too soon and have my legs lock up on me again. My legs were getting loose, but it just takes a couple of rough strides to have it lock up on you. So that was very much in the back of my mind. I wanted to stay calm and collected so I did end up peeling back a little bit. Really, this is a victory lap at that point. You know what? I'm so glad that I did take it easy, because I got to pick it up towards the end and have a very strong finish. It was also an extremely emotional finish for me. There were a lot of things surging through me, and I think all those factors between everything that we had gone through as a family this last year, everything that my sister was working through, everything that my home country of Haiti has gone through in the last several years. And this was a moment that I wanted to do not for myself. This was for everyone else. And shortly after I crossed the finish line, I had a very emotional breakdown. I froze up there for a while and had myself a cry. Nothing could have told me in my training that it was going to go that well. We were projecting 90 minutes of activity. I didn't factor the transitions because I was not going to be blazing in and out of transitions, but all told, I had 2 about 4-minute transitions, about 4:17 in T1 and like 3:50 something in T2. But all told, I was done in 94 minutes, including transitions. And my goodness, that, like, you know, coach had told me that I might surprise myself, and I more than surprised myself. I still can't believe it. I'm actually looking forward to the next time I can get into the pool. I think I'm gonna go in tomorrow and see if I can recapture some of that magic and replicate some of that secret sauce.
So that was fun. I had the best swim ever. Like, Tom was telling me that I will surprise myself, and damn, did I surprise myself? It was like a 24-minute swim. That's not me. I guess I can't swim now. That was awesome. And then felt a little tight getting out of the water, but once I got on the bike, dude, game changer. That was so much fun. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. We'll be back.
Thank you so much for going along this adventure with me. I've got 2 more events on the calendar, a Century ride September 12th, and then our big charity ride on October 3rd. That's the Ride for Food. I'm super pumped for that one as well. But you better believe I will be sure to have a triathlon or 2 on the 2022 calendar. Once I get to the end of the season, I feel the best way for me to keep the funk away, keep the blues, as it were, the no race blues away, is to start planning and preparing for the following year. So generally by mid to late fall, I start looking at and evaluating a couple of options for the following year. I hope that I can actually do that for 2022, hoping things kind of normalize. At the same time, I'm seeing some things getting canceled for the fall. So we will knock on wood and keep our fingers crossed that they go off. But what about you? What are your thoughts for 2022? Are you looking at races yet? Are you starting to put your calendar together? let me know down in the comments. We'll hang out there. We'll talk about it. Maybe there'll be some meetups and some intersections along the way. Who knows? Anyway, that's all we've got for today. It's been real.
What it do?